host of Love Connection, Chuck Woolery.
Welcome to the show. Welcome, everybody, up on the balcony there. Thank you so much. Thank you. Let's get started by meeting our first guest. I'm going to show you the men that Liza had to choose from. Now, don't forget, you're going to pick the man that you think's best for. First, there was Gordon. He says that he doesn't get along with people who are too serious. He wants a sports-oriented woman who knows what sport the L.A. Kings play. He's with the Highway Patrol, and Gordon told us how he deals with women who flirt when he pulls them over. I don't get that. Next, there was Rick. He prefers to date cute rather than gorgeous women. He believes that women like his eyes, his tattoo. He recently moved here from Connecticut, and Rick told us what he hates about dating in L.A.
I mean, they want to know how much you make and what you do, and it just blows my mind, you know? All of a sudden, I'll, you know, be out on a date with somebody, and they'll, you know, ask me out and out how much I make and what I do, and it just doesn't appeal to me, so. And I'm not good at hiding my facial expressions, so I'm like, you know.
Finally, Kurt believes that when you mix his great personality, energy, and his intelligence with his looks, that he's a complete package. Describes himself as the life of the party, and here's Kurt on the subject of women's underwear. However that came up.
If you've ever been with a woman that won't wear G-strings, and then you are with a woman that wears G-strings, that's all you want. You don't want these potato bag underwear. You know, they're just not sexy. They gotta go, and that's what your grandma wears.
Those are the men that Liza had to choose from. Now, it's time for you to vote. Who would you send her out with? Make your choice now, please. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll meet the man that Liza selected to hear everything that happened on their date. We'll do that. 2 and 2. Be right back at you. Okay, we're back. Liza's going to tell us who she picked.
I picked Rick.
Haven't seen each other since their date. We're always here both sides. Little Rick Tosh. Hi, Rick. How are you?
How you doing, Chuck? Hi, Liza.
Welcome to the show.
Thanks.
All right. Well, tell us about the date, Liza.
Well, first we talked on the phone, and the conversation went really well. We talked about sports, our families. I asked him about his tattoo.
Yeah, tell me about this tattoo, Rick.
I have two now. I had one, and I have one on my arm and one down next to my... And it's of... and she wanted to know about the tattoo. One's a Odie. It's a dog.
Odie,
and,
yeah, Odie.
The other's a shamrock.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Are you Irish?
Yes.
Are you?
Yeah.
Tosh is Irish?
Macintosh.
Macintosh, I see. So tell me about the date.
Well, our conversation went really well, and so I tried to plan kind of a romantic evening, and we went to this nice restaurant that has, on the top of a hotel that has a view of the whole city.
Yes.
And we got there, and they sat us in a nice little booth, close to each other, overlooking the city and everything.
Well, hang on just a minute now, because did you go pick her up?
Yeah.
You did?
I went there.
Now, what did you think when you saw her?
Well, she opened the door, and I was definitely pleasantly surprised. I mean, she had a great body and those eyes. Look at those eyes.
Yeah, and, she has great eyes.
And freckles. I love freckles.
Yeah, she has my wife's eyes, as a matter of fact. My wife has eyes just like that.
Yeah. So I was psyched.
Rick, how come you came to Love Connection?
Well, I've only gone on 4 dates since I've been here, and they've all been hooked on their old boyfriends. Oh. And it's just a nightmare. And
hopefully it's worked out better.
I hope so too.
What did you think when you saw him, by the way?
Well, I was definitely surprised. He looked much better in person than he did on his tape. He had a great smile, and he had sexy lips that I didn't notice.
Sexy lips. So now you go to this hotel, they put you in this little booth on top of this building, wherever it is, and you got a view of the city. Now what happens?
We're getting ready to order, and Rick informs me not to order anything with garlic.
It was a joke. It was just a joke. I was just trying to lighten things up. That's all.
But you didn't.
I didn't want to.
Yeah.
We had dinner, and we ordered. He went to go use the restroom. When he came back, our food was there, and he asked me how my food was. And I said, well, I haven't eaten any yet. I was waiting for you. And he said, well, that's very nice, and he leaned over and kissed me.
And you didn't mind?
No, not at all.
Yeah. So now what happened?
We finished dinner, and we are going to the car, and of course we have to take an elevator back down. And so we get into the elevator, and we're the only two people in the elevator. And he gets a big smile on his face. He gives me this look, and then he leans over and kisses me.
Again. How many floors did you have there, Rick?
Not enough.
Not enough.
Not enough. There was like 16, and the door opened, and there were all these people there, and it was not enough floors.
Well, this is moving along kind of quickly. Now, is this, I hate to ask you if it's normal for you because Rick's right here, but
It's definitely
is it normal
not
for you?
normal.
Of course you'd say that. Well, so now what happens?
From there, we go to a nice little bar that's nearby with some dancing.
Right.
And something very embarrassing happened because I ran into a friend of mine from school.
Why was that embarrassing?
It was embarrassing because this friend of mine, this guy, knew that I was on a Love Connection date that night. And he saw Rick go into the restroom, so he followed him into the restroom to check him out.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
He made it.
this is kind of strange anyway.
I don't know
but,
what he was checking out, but
Did,
yeah.
did, did you know that this guy knew her? I mean,
Yeah, it was a friend of his, and it was a friend of hers, and he just made it known. He just went, "Oh, you guys are on your Love Connection date," and just everyone looked at us, and I ducked in the bathroom, and then he ended up going in with me, and just standing there. He didn't even go to the bathroom.
Oh.
He was just standing there looking at me.
Thanks for
and-
pointing that out, Rick. So now what happened?
We leave. It's getting late, so Rick takes me home. And he comes into my apartment for a few minutes, and we talk for a while. And it was the best first date I've ever had.
Really? Take a look and see the audience gets there. Gordon, 45%. They don't always get it right. Sometimes they do, but they didn't this time, I guess, huh? You don't want to talk about Gordon, do you? What do you want to do?
I want to ask Rick out again.
Rick? Come on out, Rick. I know you want to. She's all excited and flushed. I can't even. Thanks for coming on the show. We enjoyed talking to you.
Thanks
Yeah,
for
let us
Thank
know how
you.
you're doing.
Thank
okay.
you.
Going to come right back with another couple. Stay with us.